Welcome to the Shark Tank, where entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their business.
Gene, Uriah, show what we got. Boom!
Ooh.
I had this light bulb moment.
If the Sharks hear a great idea, they'll invest their own money.
What if I valued it at $6 million?
And fight each other for a deal.
And noted for my creativity, the other guys are brain dead.
But the entrepreneurs must get the full amount they're asking for, or they'll walk away with nothing.
Never have I heard somebody talk so much and say so little.
Hold on, let me finish. Get it out! What is it?
It's gonna get really ugly in a minute.
Who are the Sharks? They're self-made business experts worth billions. Kevin O'Leary is a shrewd venture capitalist who made his fortune selling a children's educational company for over $4 billion. Damon John dominated the fashion world with FUBU. Now he's the branding expert behind multiple global brands generating billions in sales. Robert Herjavec, son of an immigrant factory worker, founded one of the world's preeminent cybersecurity firms. Maury Grenier, the queen of QVC, holds over 100 patents and has launched over 400 products, grossing over $500 million in sales. And Mark Cuban, renowned billionaire tech mogul and the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. First into the tank is a unique way to illuminate your life.
My name is Max. I'm the founder and creator of Lumio. Today, I'm seeking $250,000 in exchange for 8% equity in my company. Lumio. It's an elegant lighting solution that gives you the freedom to experience beautiful lighting wherever you are.
Oh, wow.
Let me show you some of the ways you can use Lumio. Open it, and it creates a nice ambient light. You can open it all the way 360, or use it as directional task lighting to read or write. And if you have multiple units, you can combine them together. This fixture inside has super strong magnets, so you can configure this into many different forms.
Oh, that's really cool. So beautiful.
Thank you, Robert. You can also use it on any vertical surfaces.
It just has to go to metal.
Correct. As a matter of fact, the best way to experience and understand the product is for you to really hold it in your hand.
Yeah.
So I brought a few samples with
Good.
me. So here you go, Robert.
Thank you. Oh, oh, that's so cool.
So, Max, it's obviously battery operated. How long do the batteries last for?
8 hours, and that's the whole idea. I don't want to just design something beautiful. I want it functional. So 8 hours is enough power to last you overnight. It's rechargeable through micro USB. It takes about 3 to 4 hours to get the full capacity of 8 hours.
This is cool.
So, Max, it brings a smile to your face when you open it. Tell me your vision behind the application of it.
This is a lighting solution that you can use around the house from one place to another. But also, I think outdoor market is huge. We launched just last year. We did $1 million without any advertising, marketing.
$1 million?
Correct.
How did you do that?
We got close to 580,000 on Kickstarter.
Wow.
Wow.
What was your goal?
60,000.
What do you sell them for?
Currently, we're selling $190 per unit.
And what does it cost you to make one?
Right now, we are at $65. Damon, at first year, our cost of goods was $80. In the past 3 months, we are able to lower it down to $65. I live in the factory for 4 months.
What country?
I had to go to China.
So that you could watch the process and try to figure out how to improve it?
Exactly. It looks simple, but it's all about
You
the
believe
detailing.
you can get that $65 price way down?
Correct.
To
And
what?
next year,
Yeah, to what?
the ideal for me is $50, which is 33% of revenue.
Where are you selling most of these?
Museum of Modern Art in New York, MoCA in LA, SF MoMA, Cooper Hewitt, and we do have an e-commerce, and that's also 40% of the sales. Right now, part of the pain point is we cannot keep up with demand.
Okay, so you're limiting your distribution because you can't keep up with it.
Exactly.
What about lighting distributors? Anybody approach you saying, look, I want to support the 10,000 lighting stores in America?
They have approached me, but here's my vision. I want to build a brand. This year, the focus is to partner with great brands. I focus on the brand building companies that I want to work with.
What stores in the U.S. would you actually sell in? Give me some brands outside of the museum stores.
I think Design Within Reach will be a great fit.
But are you planning on expanding into a broader base of retailers?
I'm looking into that next year. You know, you cannot be too greedy, and I don't want to dilute the brand.
Are you saying to Kevin, you cannot be too greedy?
Max, keep on telling us about your vision. There has to be something that follows this. What's next?
So I've created this prototype. So it's a mini version,
Wow.
and we actually have been asked by our distributor in Japan, and they say everyone is asking
see it?
about the mini version. And
So it's a little nightlight.
correct. So if this is more for use around the house, I want this to live in your bag. And these days, everyone who's mobile, you're always running out of juice. Now this has the capability for you to recharge all your mobile devices.
So this year's sales, if everything keeps going with your controlled channels, have you estimated what your sales will be?
Yes, conservative, 2 million, 2.5, very doable,
And what will you make on that, do you think?
15%.
I mean, I think this would be great in like the SLS or the W's rooms, and people can take them and purchase
Exactly. I'm inching towards that.
I think it's beautiful. Every time we opened it, it brought a smile to my face. I think you're really onto something.
you, Robert.
You're an incredibly impressive guy. You went to the factory. I don't think we've ever had anybody come out here and say, I got a factory in China and I went and lived there for 4
And I know
months.
what that's like, and that was not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
So Max, let me start.
Yep.
I share your vision. I think you're on the right path. And I think your valuation is pretty fair. $250,000 for 10%.
So, Robert, I love you.
Thank you. I don't know what to say.
Would you mind if I ask the other sharks to see if they are interested, just to see what their offers are?
I'm interested, and I'm going to structure a little differently, okay?
He's going to do a royalty deal. It's shocking, I know.
No,
He's never done it before.
I'm going to help you because you're basically valuing your business at 3.1 million. What if I valued it at 6 million?
Whoa.
All sharks are still in. Max has an offer from Robert for $250,000 for 10% of his innovative lighting company, Lumio. But Kevin, surprisingly, suggests a higher valuation for the company.
You're basically valuing your business at 3.1 million. What if I valued it at 6 million?
Whoa.
I'm going to give you the $250,000, and you're going to pay it back to me until I double my money. You'll pay me $7 a unit until I get $500,000 back, then that goes away in perpetuity, it's gone. And I'll have a 4% ownership in the company for providing that, and of course I'll help you finance your purchase orders. The key to my offer is that all of a sudden you walk out of here with a 6.2 million valuation. And I've reflected in my structure, and I'm noted for my creativity. The other guys are brain dead here. They don't know how to do this.
It's, thank you.
Max, when this show airs, all right, there's going to be an amazing amount of demand for the product. Is selling from your website to Shark Tank viewers something that you think that you have to have inventory to do?
E-commerce is #1 priority because the margin is the highest. And
I agree.
Okay, so you want to maximize the numbers there.
Exactly.
Because you
So-
take the strategy multiple directions.
Right, Mark.
Okay, I'll make you an offer then, because that's what I wanted to know. Because that's no shark fight.
Shark fight.
Obviously, that's my strength is e-commerce, and obviously building your brand, you're doing it the exact right way. The product speaks for itself, and it's an approach that I happen to agree with. I'll offer you $500,000 for 16%. That gives you capital to grow. Right off the bat, you don't have to worry about being dead on your balance sheet, and it gives me enough skin in the game. It gives you capital to make sure we have enough inventory, because I think this will sell very well. So that's my offer, $500,000 for 16%.
Very generous offer. I always love different perspective, right? And I think that's where
I'm
you
going to
go
make you an
stronger.
offer. Want to hear it?
Of course. So
I'm going to offer you $250,000 for 12%, plus a $250,000 line of credit. I like your whole plan with the museums. I see that as your big play. I also see these beautiful in colors. So I would like to work with you to continue the plan that you have, and then to work together next generations.
I'm gonna also give you an offer. This is kind of in my space for the licensing and for the distribution and R&D. So I'm going to give you an offer of $750,000 for 20%, and I want to be able to license it with you. And we can start off with a $10 million line of credit.
Interesting.
Damon, thank you so much. That is very, very generous.
You know, it's remarkable, Max. You have 5 offers. I actually gave you the highest valuation of anybody. In my offer, the only one that gives you a 6.2, at least you walk out of here at a much higher level to finance again if you wish to sell it.
You don't need to finance again with my offer, though.
But he wants 20% of your company. What do you do?
You want me to get up and go to work?
I don't need to do that.
There's only
Sounds
two,
like
in this case, there's only 2 sharks really that eat, sleep product every day.
that's not true.
Yes, it is.
Kevin,
Not at all.
you're raising venture around the world.
There's
You're not product
This is not a
oriented.
venture deal. This is actually
I know it's
helping
not a venture
you
deal. That's my point.
finance your growth. That's what you have.
No, but he wants somebody to do R&D. He wants somebody
I
out
didn't
there
hear
who's going to
that.
go with him hand in hand throughout the system.
So let's summarize what we have on the table. Robert is 10% for $250,000. I'm saying I'll do 4% of the equity. I'm valuing your business at the highest at $6.2 million. Damon is really stepping up here at $750,000 for 20% plus $10 million of credit. Very interesting. Mark is at 16%, same value came in with. He's just doubling the offer, giving you $500,000 for 16%. Lori, what's your offer?
$250,000 for 12% and a $250,000 line of credit.
Max, either way, you've got 5 offers here.
This is your decision now, Max. How much of the company do you want to part with? Which shark do you want to work with? Make a decision.
I'll slightly modify my offer. I share your vision. I don't want to change anything about it. You're going down the right path. I don't think you should give up that much equity. I'll change from $250,000 for 10% to $350,000 for 10%. Slightly more cash, but at the same equity level.
Robert, you got a deal.
Thank you.
I'm really excited.
So excited.
Me too. Me too.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
I'm really excited to
Thank
work with
you.
you.
We're going to do great.
All right.
Congrats,
Thanks, everyone.
Max.
Congrats.
Thank you.
It's very
Good
cool.
job. Doesn't it make you smile every
Yeah,
time you
it
open
does.
it?
It's like
Seriously.
sunshine.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe all 5 sharks made an offer, and I'm very, very excited, especially to work with Robert. He's a great guy. So he's exactly who I wanted to partner with, and I got a great deal from him. So I'm very excited.
In season 5, Aaron Bickley and Jenny Greer made a deal with Barbara and Lori for their women's shapewear product, Hold Your Haunches.
I'm out.
Every time there's a female product on this show, you guys go out right away.
I would like to make an offer with Barb just so that we can show our male sharks how
Absolutely.
they missed out on one of the biggest sellers of this season.
Let's see what they're doing now.
In the year leading up to Shark Tank, we only had $165,000 in sales. Here, look! It's only been 6 months, and we're already at $1.5 million in sales. With the spike in our business, we were able to move out of Aaron's playroom and into this wonderful new office where we do all of our own shipping and warehouse all of our products.
When we were in the tank, Mark, Kevin, and Robert dropped out before they heard about the business. We bet we know who's regretting that now.
Georgia National Fair recognizes Jenny Greer and Aaron Bickley.
Our business has been such a success that here we are at the Georgia National Fair receiving the Georgia Grown Award.
Would you please help me welcome our favorite sharks, Lori and Barbara?
I am so proud of Jenny and Aaron because they are a walking, talking example of what women can do in America. The guys didn't believe in them, but these 2 smart women bought in, and now look at them.
Sorry, boys.
Sorry, boys.
Thank you, Lori Grenier and Barbara Corcoran. I'm so appreciative of all your support.
This is the first deal Barbara and I have ever made together in the tank. And you know what? It was a dream. They've already done $1.5 million in sales, and that's just in 6 months. Imagine what they'll do in 6 years.
Why don't we go see the fair? What do you say?
We are so delighted that Barbara and Lori got behind our company because now the 4 of us are making behinds look amazing everywhere.
Next up are entrepreneurs who believe they have a solution to a chronic problem.
Hi, Sharks. My name is Neil, co-founder of the Napwell. We're based in San Francisco, California, and are seeking $100,000 in exchange for 10% of our company. This is Justin. He's what we like to call a sleep zombie. Maybe you've met him before. He's on the subway, in the line at the coffee shop, and the one that you honk at during your morning commute. In the U.S., 2 out of every 5 people are sleep zombies. For those of us that can't get a full night's rest, we nap.
That's why we built Napwell, the world's first napping mask. We want to help you naptimize. Naptimizing means falling asleep gently and waking up feeling refreshed. You see, when you sleep, your body cycles through different stages. If you're awoken abruptly in a deep stage of sleep, you get a nasty headache. Scientists call this feeling sleep inertia, and perhaps you felt it yourself. It's that groggy feeling that just ruins your entire day's productivity.
The NapWell helps you naptimize by using lights to mimic a sunrise and wake you gradually. All you have to do is set the timer, and 10 minutes before you're supposed to wake up, the mask gets brighter, and it prevents those nasty headaches. Sleep is vital to a person's well-being, but millions of people don't get enough sleep. We believe that we can help these people one nap at a time. So, who wants to join us and help the world nap well? Okay, we have 2 special prototypes that we would love you to try. Who wants to give it a shot?
This is not for sleeping at night, only napping.
It can be used for sleeping at night.
Here, I'm going to have Robert do it.
So this goes over your nose?
Over your nose, like
over your
as a
nose.
bridge.
It goes on top of your nose.
The lights are off normally.
Correct.
But you set it so that if you're going to take a nap
Quiet,
for
Lori,
20
I'm
minutes, if you're going to take a nap for 20 minutes, then at the last couple of minutes, the lights start to go gradually.
The last 10 minutes.
I mean, look, we've all taken power naps.
Sure.
I've never had a bad power nap.
I have.
You have? Seriously?
No, if I nap in the afternoon,
It means you're
I
old.
wake up feeling crabby. It does not make me feel better.
So when you sleep, your body cycles. If you wake up in stage 3 and 4, that's when you get these groggy headaches.
So, Justin, that's common science, right? I mean, they teach you all this, REM sleep and everything. You got to get certain cycles
Everybody
of sleep.
knows about that.
But where are you with the company? Are you a scientist? Are you a doctor?
So Justin and I actually met at a 7th grade summer camp. At least we like to call it summer camp. Really, we met at nerd camp. He was learning medicine, and I was learning Pascal, an old computer programming language. And so the idea was that we'd always go to college together. But he ended up going to MIT, and I ended up going to the West Coast to Stanford.
So I did my undergrad at MIT, doubled in physics and biology.
Wow.
Did my master's there also, but in mechanical engineering. So right now, though, I am a PhD student in a joint MIT and Harvard Medical School program for medical engineering, medical physics.
Wow.
And I just wrapped up a project funded by the Gates Foundation to develop drones for vaccine delivery in Africa.
So you have no credibility is what you're saying.
And you came up with this?
That's really impressive.
It is.
I mean, that's really impressive. How did you go from all of that to making a mask?
We see startups as sort of a series of tests of hypotheses. The first hypothesis was,
well said.
Can we make a physical product? And so we built the prototype. The second test was, could we get people we didn't know to buy the product? That's why we did the crowdfunding campaign. So our goal for that was $30,000. We ended up selling about $52,000 worth of product.
What were you selling per unit?
We actually used crowdfunding to test different prices. We sold it from 50 to 150.
I have a question. What type of testing did you do to see whether or not this works?
From the Kickstarter funding itself, those backers have been our early testers.
So you
we have
sent them
delivered
masks?
about 100 masks to our early customers.
And they reported back
Correct.
to you, they documented how they felt every day.
I sleep on average 3-4 hours a night. I'm always tired. Isn't the problem that most people can't get to sleep?
The basic problem is people's sleeping habits in general. So when we were figuring out how we might solve that problem, we debated a lot of different products. The mask wasn't the first one. We thought about pillows, we thought about blankets. So we think there's a gap in the market for wearable technology.
If you walked into any VC in the Valley with your background, if you just sneeze and called a startup, you have the ability to raise $250,000 to $300,000. So why haven't you done that?
For me, like, I've never thought of that before. Like, I'm new to this. I'm really new to the startup world.
So we really wanted to validate to ourselves that this was a viable product.
I'm not buying that, well, we just decided to skip the opportunity to go grab somebody's money to come into Shark Tank and negotiate a valuation because we're dying to have one of these sharks.
You guys,
I'm not
you guys,
buying it,
wait,
guys. I'm
let
not
me
buying
ask
it,
you a
guys.
question,
What are you gonna do?
okay?
I'm
For
out,
me,
guys.
the basics.
I'm out.
Okay, so Mark's out.
So let me
let me take a shot at this, all right? I have a different problem. You've never actually brought to market a consumer good product or company, okay?
Correct.
So between your prototype and a successful business that's shipping millions of dollars worth of product, there's a whole lot of hurt that happens. And one of them is the marketing aspect of this, because it looks to most people that see it on the shelf as a sleep mask that they're used to paying $199 for. That is a task from hell. It's going to be really tough. And for that reason, I'm out.
To me, I think people have trouble going to sleep. I don't think it's a big problem waking up. There's a million devices out there to wake up. For that reason, I'm out.
The path to success is never in a straight line. You guys are super smart guys. You should be extremely proud. I can't believe that you're going to take all of that background and education and all that suffering that your parents put you through to making a sleep mask. It's just too challenging. For all those reasons, I'm out.
Appreciate it.
All right, who's left?
Me, well, I'm a guy who believes that you should have proof of concept, then you build a business and prove that the model works. It's just too early. For that reason, I'm out.
Okay.
Good luck, guys. Congrats.
I like their onesies.
I think they felt like we were a product in search of a market. But what they didn't realize, and what we probably did a poor job of explaining, is that the demand for this product and the market are enormous. And that's why we're so excited about it.
My name is Christina Guerrero, and I live in the small town of La Pine, Oregon, with my husband Brandon and our 2 canine sidekicks, Duncan and Odin.
Good boy.
When I was a teenager, things got pretty rocky at home. So when I was 17, I applied to the Air Force Academy, and it was the best decision I ever made. I graduated as a lieutenant and went on to fly C-130s in support of 3 deployments. After the Air Force, I decided to follow my passions. It basically brought me to the backcountry of Oregon. I'm a mountain girl, and I love hanging out with my dogs. My dogs and I were at the top of the mountain when I realized I didn't pack enough supplies. I thought about it, and I realized, there's a really simple solution to this problem. So we got home, and I started formulating my product, and our business has been growing ever since. Great. Let me just get down your phone number. Since I've started this business, it's been an uphill battle. I've been making a lot of mistakes, and I put my savings on the line. I definitely need someone with more business savvy to help my company evolve, and I hope that the Sharks can see how determined I am to make this business successful. Hi, my name is Christina Guerrero, and this is Odin, and we're out here today from La Pine, Oregon, asking for $100,000 for a 20% stake into our company, Turbo Pup. Like a lot of dog owners, my dogs aren't just my pets. They're my sidekicks. Whether I'm skiing, hiking, traveling, even swimming with sharks, chances are my dog is with me. But what wasn't fun was packing bulky bags of dog food, especially when weight, quality, and size matter. So I created Turbo Pup, complete canine meal bars. Turbo Pup bars are made with 100% American-sourced, human-grade, all-natural, grain-free ingredients. They're safe on sensitive stomachs and interchangeable with regular dog food. When I'm out in the backcountry or traveling, I'm making sure I have the fuel I need.
Wow.
So I designed Turbo Pup bars specifically to sustain dogs' energy levels and, of course, fuel all dog kind. If you guys want to check out the bars, I can bring them over and you can give some to Odin.
Yeah,
would love
let's
that.
do that.
All right.
Is this edible for humans too? Because you said it was human grade.
It's human grade ingredients because we just wanted to make sure that they were super premium. So each one of those bars is 250 calories. So if you can only give them just a little piece.
He really likes it.
You're in trouble now, Robert. That whole bar went down.
He likes it.
Come on, come on, Odin. Kevin,
are
do
you
you want to give
full?
him some?
I'll pass on that, Christina.
Okay.
I've seen real hyenas on the ranges of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And let me tell you, that's a hyena, not a dog. Christina, what makes this different than the other 5,000 dog treats on the market?
That's exactly what makes it different. It's not a dog treat.
What is it, a sandwich?
It's a complete meal. So that's 250 calories. And because the ingredients are so premium, you can just interchange it with regular dog food.
So how expensive is it if it's so premium?
So the 1-pack's MSRP is $2.99 and the 2-pack's MSRP is $4.99.
Christina, is it like an energy bar for dogs, basically?
No, but it was designed to sustain energy.
Well, tell me, what are your sales so far and where are you selling them?
So I started selling in May 2013. These were the bars that I started with. I was making them out of my kitchen. I was hand cutting and hand sealing each bar.
How much did you sell?
We had $4,000 in sales.
Okay, and then this year, how much have you sold?
We've sold $7,000.
Christina, what's your background?
My background is when I was 17, I left home, went to the United States Air Force Academy, graduated from the Air Force Academy in 2002, went on and became a distinguished graduate of pilot training, flew C-130s through 3 deployments.
Wow.
Received 2 combat air medals for the deployments in Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation Iraqi Freedom, thank you.
Thank you.
I came home from my 3rd deployment. Him and I were backcountry skiing. We went about 8 miles up a mountain, had a burrito or some chocolate power bars. I, of course, didn't think of packing dog food. He ate the burrito. I ate the power bar, and I had this light bulb moment where I just thought, why don't they have something like this that's a full meal, not a treat, for dogs for when I go out in the backcountry or when I travel?
Who's buying it?
This is the really interesting part.
Because the pet market is so saturated, I decided to try another route. I decided to start approaching outdoor stores.
And how did they respond?
Stoked. While I was making the bars out of my kitchen, Turbo Pup became the official dog food of the National Association for Search and Rescue.
Good for you. Wow.
Thank you.
Christina, are you talking about ski shops, bike shops,
Yep.
like outdoor places?
That's smart because there's a strong correlation between the two.
And there's no competition right
I
now.
gotta tell you, that's very
smart.
clever.
So right now I have about 30 retailers, but the conversation is there with much bigger retailers. And we're also talking to a pet store that has 55 stores. And this is just to start. And this is a one-woman show.
Your move to go into the outdoor stores, brilliant. The issue for me is when I partner with somebody, I try to go all in and help and learn. I just don't know your area at all. And
Okay.
I just don't have the time in reality to dig in and learn it for you. I'm out.
I understand. Thank you so much.
But you deserve a
Appreciate
ton of credit. You're making all the right steps.
I'm with him. You're doing everything right, but you know, not every business that comes out here is ready for an investment.
Right.
And not every business is destined to be a big business today. Keep doing what you're doing. Get the sales from 7,000 to 100,000, and then maybe look for an investment. At this point, I'm out.
You know, Christina, I am not sure about the market for this. You're kind of forging ahead in something new. You are making a meal for a dog, and you're learning. Do people need it and want it, or don't they? Sometimes it's good to slowly grow and keep doing what you're doing and learning how big the market is for this step by step. And then you grow in a smart way. I'm out.
Thank you, Lori. Then there was two.
And then there is two.
Okay, I'll tell you what's wrong with this pitch. $7,000 in the multi-billion-dollar pet food market is turbo poop on a stick. You have to figure this out and make it more compelling. I don't think you're going to get an investment. I'm sorry. I'm out.
Okay.
I'm on the fence, you know, because $100,000 for 20%, that values the company at $500,000. The problem is you're asking so much, I would have to take so much.
What would you ask as far as your equity?
The gamble that I'll take with you is because of your tours and everything else. You must be disciplined. Obviously, you don't sleep, just like me.
Well, they say that the turbo is because I have two modes, turbo or off.
So here's my offer. I'll go $100,000 for 40%.
The company isn't worth $500,000.
Yeah, but the company's scaling fairly quickly with no help.
Would you do 30?
No, it's not worth it for me. I'm sorry.
That's why they call it the Shark Tank.
That's why you didn't have enough meat on the bone to prove its value.
Christina,
now you're
he's
paying
offering
the
you
price.
$100,000 for 40%. Do you really want to counter at 30?
35? Is that fair?
$35, you got it.
Yes!
There you go. That's the deal.
There you go.
Hyena, bite him.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations, Christina. You're amazing.
That was a mercy financing.
I think she got it all together to this point, and a woman who did 3 tours for our country is not going to go to sleep.
There's no doubt she's the real deal.
I am so ecstatic that Damon took Turbo Pup on. I'm just so grateful that he sees the vision. I'm just so excited.
Next into the tank is a business designed for the perfect fit.
Hello, Sharks. You're all looking mighty dapper today. My name is Joe Che from Columbus, Ohio, and I'm seeking $360,000 for a 6% equity stake in my growing custom clothing label, Bello Verde. Bello Verde is the ultimate luxury suiting experience. Our master tailors have years of knowledge in suit manufacturing. Each of our garments comes with full canvas construction, functional buttonholes on every sleeve, hand-picked stitching on every single seam, and a wealth of other custom options. We carry thousands of fabrics from the greatest mills in the world, and we take up to 30 measurements on your body, so it fits perfect every single time. Whether you're a 5'6" UFC superstar or 6'1" Superman, Bello Verde will make sure it fits you right. Can it get any better? Actually, it can. Our clothing is custom made. Sharks, we are on the verge, the precipice of monumental growth. You have the unique opportunity to be part of that. Now, Sharks, who wants to look sharp with us?
Joe, tell us about the guys behind you.
Absolutely. So this is Uriah Faber. Uriah is a UFC superstar. Superstar. He was the WEC champion of the world, and he's also been a huge influence on my life and a big mentor for me as well. Dean has been a great friend and customer of our clothing for years, and he just looks great, and who better than Superman, Dean Cain.
What does Bello Verde mean?
It means beautiful green in Italian. I came up with the name after working at a previous company called Astor and Black. Have you guys heard of Astor and Black?
I have.
Okay, so Astor and Black was a company that I worked for 10 years. I basically did everything there from sales to management.
I haven't heard of that brand. Were they a high-end suit brand?
Oh yeah, they do custom clothing.
Oh,
and I know
purely custom.
Purely custom. They were doing $42 million in sales.
Let's talk about your company,
So let's
because
talk about
I'm
my
interested
company.
in
Dean,
you
Uriah, why
and
don't you
Bello
go
Verde.
show him, go over there and show him.
I want to know why Dean wears the clothes.
Okay, so I don't like to shop. I don't like to go in. I don't want to try to find things off the rack.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I'm a football player originally. I have a different build. I want a suit that fits me, that I like, that I don't have to go run around and look for. I want to know, if I'm not so fashion forward, I want my salesperson to be able to tell me, hey, look, this is what's in now.
So Joe basically is also kind of your stylist. You trust him.
Yes.
Do you go to someone's home? So, for example, you said, I don't even like going to the store.
The way the Astor and
Do you
Black
come
model
in-
works, all their sales were direct agent. to
Forget their
consumer.
model. Tell us about your model.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of important.
Okay.
It's kind of important. I wouldn't be boring you with the old news company if it wasn't important to my story. I promise you there's something
All right,
good.
get into it,
get into it.
Okay, get to it. So things were tough when I left. When I left, I didn't know what I was going to do. I decided to open up Bello Verde. I was very fortunate. Astor and Black went under, and I had the opportunity to do something which would put me at the next level.
What did you do?
Dean, Uriah, show them what we got. Boom! I bought that company. So I own both.
What did you buy it for?
I bought it for $405,000.
What other assets did you get for the $405,000?
I got over $1 million in belts, shoes,
Got it,
sweaters, jeans, ties.
How much
So,
cash you
$1
gonna
million
make?
in inventory and belts.
Yes, but we
What
got
else?
over $1 million in inventory. We got a back-end web system that's worth over $750,000. It ties our factories to our sales agents.
It's a custom service, so if Dean wants somebody to come to his home, whatever the rep is in that region goes to his home and fits him.
That is what Astor and Black of the past did. I have a different idea. That's
What's your
going to be
idea?
one of four
What
of
is
my
your
revenue
idea?
streams.
What's your idea?
The other three revenue streams, the first one is going to be online sales. We've already developed and launched an online store for accessories, shoes, belts, sweaters, ties,
No, I got
all
it.
of the above.
What's the other model?
The other model is there are companies out there that have developed algorithms. These algorithms can take basic questions from a consumer and spit out and print out a set of measurements.
One of my companies is Fashion Metric, and that's
Yes.
exactly what they do.
And
Okay,
I've
so-
spoken to the CEO
Joe, is it
and
true?
the COO of
Good.
Fashion
Joe,
Metric
Joe, is it
about
true?
incorporating that technology
Joe,
in what we are
Joe,
going to do.
throw me a
Joe will
bone
help
here.
you.
I have one simple question, very
Yes.
important. This company that you bought for $405,000, how much cash will it make this year?
How much cash do you think it'll make this year?
You mean I have to answer that?
How much cash?
What,
does
are
it
you an
make?
idiot? You're
How
trying to
much
sell
cash do you have
me.
to make this
What's the
year?
matter
No,
with
he just
you?
wants to take you out behind the barn and shoot
Come
you, that's
on,
all.
I'm asking you as an investor, and you're telling me I should know?
No, I'm just asking.
Joe, what are your sales?
My sales this year will be $2 million. On the $2 million, we'll net over $500,000.
And so what's the cost of an average suit?
We top out in the $2,500 to $3,000 suit range, but our bread and butter business is that $1,000 to $1,500 suit.
Astor and Black definitely is recognizable. Why now two names?
The reason why it's great that we have two is because now we can position them.
You can't do that.
Well, but
Hold
aren't
on.
you
Let me
Yeah, you
finish.
can. Look,
Let me finish
it's a
to tell you what I
headache.
want to do. Let me
Two
tell you
brands.
my plan. The first one is retail. Astor and Black never put in a single dollar of
You
sales.
wanna
for
be
me.
You're going to go
Retail?
retail, Joe?
Ooh.
I'm going to perhaps give it to consideration with one of your help. The other two, wholesale. I'm going to open up a wholesale stream to sell this product to other people in the business.
Joe, I actually use one of your competitors. That's why I look so fabulous.
I know
Everything's
exactly
made
who
by
you
my
use.
tailor.
I know exactly
Okay,
who you use.
so here's the problem that I look at as a disciplined financial investor.
Sure.
You've come in here and said, I'll make $500,000, and yet you priced it at 12 times.
Sure.
I'm just looking at your valuation and saying to myself, you're so far from reality, and for that reason, just so I can make it easy for Damon to beat you with a stick in a minute, I'm out.
Okay, no problem. And I appreciate it, Kevin. I really do. I appreciate it.
I should not be in the men's custom suit business. So I'm up.
I appreciate it, Lori. Thank you very much.
Joe, here's the challenge. There are guys like Kevin who love custom suits. They have funny bodies, weird shapes. Those-
Adonis bodies require a tailor.
I can throw a dart, and I can find in Toronto, New York, LA, Boston, hundreds of custom tailors. It is really a branding exercise. I also find the dual name strategy confusing. I think when you're small, you got to be really laser-like focused, right?
Sure.
I think going to market with two brands like this, I mean, it's just confusing. I'm out.
I appreciate it.
You've
Two
got
sharks left.
Mark and Damon left.
2 sharks left.
When I first sold broadcast.com and I was worth billions of dollars, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to go dress up And so I went to a local custom guide, and I think, okay, let's do it upright. So literally, I spent $95,000 and got like 19 suits. And I thought, you know, come on.
You never wore one.
I've worn 3 of them. As far as your strategy, I think you're doing the right thing. You were able to buy $1 million in inventory for $400,000, get the back office, get the online. The real issue is that the way you priced it at a $6 million valuation, you literally have to grow 10 times before you can really be a player for me to get a return on my investment.
Well, what would you think is more fair of a number?
Well, regardless, you still have to grow to get into that point where you are really...
We're going to grow. We're doubling next year. I'm going to be able to do what the last company did.
That doesn't make any sense.
We know. You're a good salesperson. You're doing a good job, and you're going to go far with this company. But as an investor, I don't think the reward is there relative to the risk. I'm out.
Fair enough.
Okay, Joe, get focused. There's only one shark left.
Okay, Big D, what you gonna do?
I'm going to make you an offer, and it's going to be so sweet, it's going to give you a cavity. I'm going to make you an offer, and it's going to be so sweet, it's going to give you a cavity. Now,
I bet it's going to be very painful.
Oh.
you asked for $360,000 for 6%. I will give you $360,000 for 33%.
Oh. Oh. Okay, Mr. Leprechaun, you've just been offered a pot of gold. What are you going to do?
That is a number that is so far off from what I would accept that it's probably not even a good idea to have a conversation about it.
Make a counter.
I mean, my counter offer would be $360,000 for 7%.
You guys got a lot of room to move.
If you would like to counter with something that's somewhere realistic?
My bottom line is 360. And if I did this, by the way, it would be insulting to the other. $360,000 for 8% of the company. That is my bottom line. I will not.
It's going to get really ugly in a minute.
No, I don't think it is.
It is. Yeah.
Hilarious.
What are you going to do, Damon?
I will give you $360,000 because I think you just went crazy for a second. I'm going to give you $360,000 for 25%.
Listen.
And now I'm bending a little bit, right?
I appreciate
and I would
the bend. I appreciate the bend. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are missing out on a giant opportunity. I know you guys don't need it.
Well, frankly, you're missing out on a giant opportunity.
Yeah, but I can't give away a quarter of a business that I know is worth as much as I...
why don't you counter him with something that's more reasonable?
I am countering him with something that I think is more reasonable.
Come to your senses, or we're going to be kicking you out of here in a second. So are you declining my offer?
At that level, regretfully, I have to decline.
Okay. I'm not countering.
Joe, sayonara.
I really appreciate you guys' time. Thank you very much, and see you on the road to 100 million.
Never in the history of Shark Tank have I heard somebody talk so much and say so little.
I thought the Sharks could be strategic investors, but ultimately, if they fail to see the vision or give